Welcome to The Buzz. I'm Wally Conway. Joining us on The Buzz today from Kasraeian Urology is Dr. Kasraeian. Doctor, welcome to The Buzz.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad to have you. This is important to me. I know that this month happens to be Prostate Cancer Awareness Month.
It's September.
In September, and it is also my birth month.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you very much. I'll be 63 next week.
So this is a great way for you to remember when to do your prostate cancer screening.
Exactly correct. Now, I've heard some debate about to screen or not to screen.
That is the question.
Make the case for screening.
So, I mean, you know, the controversies for prostate cancer screening are probably one of the most robust and most loud prostate cancer, most screening controversies that are in medicine today, and there are arguments on both sides of the fence that are very valid. The way I think about prostate cancer is really that there are four types of prostate cancer. There are rockets, rabbits, turtles, and snails. Rockets are metastatic prostate cancer. So people show up at diagnosis. Unfortunately, this is very rare, but the cancer is already out of the prostate. The cat's out of the bag. The whole reason we screen is to avoid that problem. Before prostate cancer screening and the PSA test, which is essentially a simple laboratory test, the prostate-specific antigen, this happened about more than 25% of the time. Now that's less than 4% of the time, although that number is increasing as the screening controversies have decreased the amount of screening that is done. Rabbits are prostate cancers that are confined to the prostate. So these are prostate cancers that are confined to the prostate that, if treated, could avoid the prostate cancer getting out of the prostate and becoming metastatic. Turtles and snails are these slow-growing, slow-moving cancers, and they are unlikely to cause the person to pass away from prostate cancer. And the controversies for prostate cancers, in my opinion, lie in these cancers where the treatment
to treat or not to treat
may outweigh the benefits. You know, right. So the benefit of treatment may outweigh the risk, where the juice may not be worth the squeeze. So the way I look at this is in some of the data that we're seeing now, as the controversies for screening led to the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force recommending against screening with a grade D recommendation in 2012, we have seen since a decrease in screening that has led to now having more aggressive disease and also the rate of metastatic disease showing up. And we kind of see this, you know, let's say 3-4 years ago, we had about 230,000 men diagnosed with prostate cancer, and then that decreased to 180. And now we're seeing, you know, this year we expect somewhere around 160,000 men diagnosed with prostate cancer, and the expectation is about 28,000 to 29,000 men will die of prostate cancer. That number has remained stable, even though the amount of the incidence or the amount of men that we diagnose with prostate cancer will continue to decrease. That doesn't mean that the cancer isn't there, it just means that we may not be finding it.
So for a brave yet fearful man, is there anything to fear in the test? Does it hurt?
So a rectal exam, as fearful as that may seem, and again for me, I'm in my 40s, I'm 44, so I am not thrilled at any of these tests myself. However, the benefit of doing them, although it's a very quick and generally relatively well tolerated exam, the benefits of doing a simple blood test, which is not painful except for the fact that you're getting a blood test, sure, which is not the thrill of anyone's day, but it's generally pretty well tolerated. That most men can go through. And a rectal exam is really not that uncomfortable. And the benefits of doing both of those things is far better, in my opinion, than missing something and being the guy who has metastatic prostate cancer far down the line. Now, in terms of when to get screened, which is a good question, that is also very controversial. Some recommendations, including the American Urological Association, say that the benefits of screening are in the people who are aged between 55 and 69. However, my recommendation are based on some studies that were done in Sweden. So there's this great study that was done in Malmö, Sweden, where they based out of Malmö, Sweden, where they followed people for their lifetime, kind of like a population study. Sure. And they looked at people through their lifetime and collected blood samples. And they found that some colleagues went and checked their blood samples. And they found that the first PSA in your 40s was probably the most predictive of your lifetime risk of prostate cancer.
Interesting.
So they found that if you had a PSA at 45 and it was less than 1, and you didn't have risk factors for prostate cancer, didn't have a family history, you were not African American, that your lifetime risk of prostate cancer that was going to potentially kill you was fairly negligible. If it was above 1, or if you were African American, or if you had a family history of prostate cancer, it probably made sense to screen more continuously and be more mindful of the fact that this is something you have to be mindful. If at 45 your PSA was above 1.5, you represented about 44% of people that may potentially have a clinically significant prostate cancer that could impact your life.
So to get my appointment scheduled, and for others who are like-minded and would rather be proactive than discover bad things later, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
So with us, you know, one of the benefits of having a last name as long as mine is that our practice name is Kasraeian Urology. You can always kind of get a hold of us on our website at kasraeianurology.com, and our clinic number is 904-727-7955. And we're always interested in helping people answer their questions about whether or not to screen or not to screen, and the personalized management of prostate cancer if someone's diagnosed with prostate cancer, and whether or not screening is beneficial for them, and making the right decision, because you know sometimes a simple blood test can save someone's life.
That's excellent. Well, hopefully I'll be seeing you soon, and we'll have a discussion of whether or not it'll be on the video.
Hopefully we have not much to talk about.
I'd like to thank Dr. Kasraeian for being with us today. For The Buzz, I'm Wally Conway.